Hello everyone and welcome to Blackout Gaming TV. With me today is CeeJaey. How are you doing today, man?
I'm great, how are you?
I am doing great, and my TF2 just crashed, so that's great. So we're off to a great start here. I haven't casted in a while. We have a good game for you today. It's going to be PremTech and WASP. First season game in their first kind of like new format of ETF2L.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting for WASP. I mean, they're a team that's been around since the early days of Highlander. They're probably one of the longest standing teams in ETF2L. And each season they've gone, you know, upper division, upper division, upper division. They've won Division 2 in Season 6, and last season, Season 7, they won Division 1. They've finished tied on points with Dictatorship, but they won the first place playoff, which meant they won Division 1, automatic promotion to Prem. And yeah, I mean, coordination-wise, they're a really strong team. I've scrimmed a lot against them over the past few seasons, and their roster rarely changes. One of the big changes, well, there's two big changes really. Sinnock has come in on demo, changed teams over the off season, and is now playing. And after Creative was banned, controversially, I would say, for the season, they've got a new scout in, and that is Forsaken, which is obviously Prem player for Lethal Weapon, so that is a big pickup for them. Even though it's not their expected lineup, it is still a very strong lineup. The lineup for PremTech is changed somewhat as well. Still got Nursey on Medic, Cobbs on NG. Shadowburn usually plays Soldier for them, but Ubers is now playing Soldier for them. They picked up Ubers and Atomic from Chess Club. Meanwhile, CeeJaey is still on Sniper. He's changed his mind. He's actually going to be playing this season on and off with Tracker. Phantom is playing Heavy. He is Merking instead of Kresnik. And Deox is Merking Spy for them. And the other two players, Ascendry on Pyro and Might on Demo, still, again, part of that team that finished second in Prem last season.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be an interesting match. Do you have any predictions, since you're betting and everything?
Well, I've got no bets on this game, so I'm totally impartial. But I do have a lot of friends on PremTech, and Cobbs and CeeJaey with the shout outs in the chat. Shout out to CeeJaey. It tickles my heart. It keeps me going. But I do think PremTech are going to be too strong for WASP. I think they're going to be looking for playoffs again, and I think they're going to take this 6-0.
6-0. All right, to PremTech.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just have to see about that. As we have WASP here on the offensive here. Fairly standard rollout so far. CeeJaey getting a headshot on Forsaken the Scout. That's always like a brag shot. Sentry and Teleporter, fairly standard positions. Not sure about the meta, but is like the Stair Dispenser like a new thing?
The Stair Dispenser is to stop any spies walking up, because normally you have your Sniper and your Soldier up top, and that's a big part of denying that left-hand side for the defenders. You got the dispenser there, it allows your medic to get healed, and it blocks the spy from kind of just walking up there and getting a pick. But at the moment you just see this shuffling from each side, this kind of early chess game scenario where WASP are just trying to get a pick of some sort, trying to get the NG or the medic or something like that, yeah. Before they move their medic out. The medic is actually peeking on the left side, and CeeJaey does go down to Morg, finishes him off there, so that's Sniper down for PremTech, and that might open the door. Uber does get forced onto Nursey as well. So once they get their respawns, I think they're moving now already, and Medic is already pushing straight in. I think this is the first point for WASP already. Mitre goes down, and that's a big loss.
Oh, very early Uber also coming out of... Cobbs, they're getting taken up by a level 1 sentry. That was in a fairly
very clever by Cobbs. That's the forward hold spot. Cobbs just picking sentry there, very smart, stops any jumpers trying to get the medic. They did lose Phantom and Mito, but that's kept his medic alive, and that's going to be really key.
Yeah, let's see how this forward sentry spot's going to deal with the spy decloaking here. That is Cost still. Oh, comes in, gets the sap. And yep, down he goes. That's the bad thing about having a forward sentry. It's a bit hard to hold, but I like what WASP is doing here. They're just moving forward with the cart, and that's pretty much all they're doing. They're doing fairly standard and doing fairly well, I have to say, so far.
Oh, huge drop by Trox, and he takes down Nursey. Oh, that is such an obvious Soldier jump, and no one reacted to it whatsoever. And PremTech have lost a lot of players. Cobbs and Mito go down to Sinnock. And this is going to be a real struggle here. PremTech are going to have to set up onto third. The scout is in, though, onto the medic, but gets taken down with another pike.
Ascender with the drop onto the other medic there. Sorry to cut you off there, but yeah, that was a huge pick as well.
That's absolutely fine. The third best player of the season there, GPS. Sentry come third in the awards there. We've got a lot of players on PremTech who did win a lot of the awards there. But that pick from Sentry, that's kept PremTech alive. And it looks like they're trying to hold, but nobody notices the heavy. And he's in the window. He's going to get back off though. But that has opened up a new lease of life there for PremTech. They're allowed to hold this second point for a little bit longer.
Yeah. This card's still moving forward, using it as cover. Fairly standard there. Oh, Forsaken is in the front. Being all annoying scout-like. Oh, he's going on the flank. Oh! Catches the medic off guard. Nice little flank work there. Killing Nursey once again. It's going to leave Clips in quite the Uber advantage here.
Yeah, big. It's going to be about 80-90% by the time Nursey gets back up. Cobbs has already got a level 3 up on third. He's got back there. He picked up a smart move. Phantom's going to get taken down. Gets backstabbed by Costil. That's a big pick. And that level 3 is the only thing that's going to keep PremTech feeling somewhat calm here at the moment, as well as CeeJaey being up, and sniping takes down Forsaken, gets more headshots. You just hear the crits ringing out there. Yeah. But Klefsas does have 100%. Nursey's only at 20%. Phantom not spawned just yet, and they're going to have to really kite this Uber, try and keep their sentry alive.
And also it seems like Morgan's getting a bit more heal support, allows him to battle CeeJaey a bit harder here. Uber coming in very early. Sentry is being wrangled, of course. They are getting a lot of, like, didn't get a lot of kills with that Uber, but they got pretty good positioning here. They're going to take the forward spot inside the hallways there. Doubt they'll be able to contest though. They didn't get as much ground as they should have.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be very happy with that Uber. They didn't get many kills. They didn't get the sentry damage pretty much at all. Cobbs is still nice and safe there.
Yeah,
and they didn't get any picks. Oh, Nursey goes down! I missed how that happened, but Nursey craters or something goes down, and that's going to be another Uber advantage. Passed to Klefsas. Well, GPS. How are these medics keep on dying?
Well, it says here in the log that Nursey killed medic Nursey, so I'm not even sure. It's a mystery to everybody. Probably a spy.
I think he crated, but I'm not sure how. Like, something happening behind, but Crux gets a reflect kill, gets reflected there by Sendry and goes down. And yeah, I mean, the conscious come out though from Ubers. This is Shadowburn-esque, and the Uber is forced, and they're not really in a good position to do anything here. Sinnock missing all of his pipes. There's no damage to that sentry whatsoever. Costal does get a backstab onto Phantom, but that's the only pick that is going to come out of that exchange, and Cobbs still has that level 3 sentry up. And until that goes down, it's going to be very hard for them to cap this point.
Oh, gotta be careful about the spy though. Morg also ate a quad rocket from the sentry as he was peeking there, Forsaken cleaning up Ubers. But the card is still moving forward though. Cobbs here, rebuilding. Whoa, this is a new spot. Never seen this before. What do you make of this?
I've never seen that, ever.
Yeah,
a sentry getting another reflect
so
on
that's
trucks.
New 2015 strats there coming out of Cobbs. Might just be temporary though. Oh, this is actually pretty good though. If they can hold this upper area, they're just using the sentry to enforce this. However, there might be a weakness to the strategy, but we will see.
It does open up other areas, but I mean, if WASP aren't expecting it, it could work out really well. For me, Cobbs was probably the best NG in Prem last season. Quintosh did win the award, but he only actually played one match as NG, so maybe that wasn't kind of an honest representation. And Cobbs finished up in second, so he has these kind of innovative strats.
Yeah, Trox is in for surprise. He jumped right up into that sentry.
Forsaken does take down Mitre there, and the Uber's forced out onto PremTech, and they're walking forward with the sentry, but I don't think he's going to get the force. He's going to get caught out and taken down by Anti, and that's going to hand the Uber advantage over to Klefsas again. And WASP just need to build this, and now that they know where the sentry is, how do you think they're going to handle it, GPS? Like, how do you kind of, where'd you go from?
Well, I think actually direct hit from below. Yeah, look at Trox, it's already down below there. I think shooting the sentry from below is actually something you can do, but then you got to deal with atomic. So it seems like this is a strategy they've prepared for PremTech, because they have all their flank classes down below to kind of stop anyone from going around the sentry. But there is like a big opportunity below here where you can like practically get into the enemy spawn and not get shot by the sentry. But let's see if they like realize that and actually take advantage of that. Let's see Forsaken here. He's just looking around. He doesn't want to contest. And a bit low in health. Probably will now that he has a bit more health. Nope, it's going to go.
Trox goes down again. Trox is trying so hard to do some work up there, jumping in, but just getting denied by everything. Uber comes out from WASP, and then the Uber is countered. They took too long to build that, and the sentry is just going to push them down the stairs. Oh, but Cobbs gets headshot by Morg. Oh, big pick. Takes down CeeJaey and then Cobbs. And that sentry is just going to get spammed out, surely. It's in a good position now, but lots of players down for PremTech, and that's going to make it hard for them to hold.
Excellent shot there by Morgy, though. Very unfortunate for Cobbs getting taken out there. Morgy just kind of needs to body shot down the... oh, no! Cobbs is back up. Oh, he's going to be able to...
Cobbs actually has a not dispenser, a
sentry's not
teleporter
down.
up
It
there.
hasn't been focused yet. Oh, he can actually rescue Ranger this thing. Let's see. Oh.
And a sentry, he power jacks. Hammer time for Clefsas. He goes down, that's Medic down, and then everyone starts falling down. Sinnock and Anti go down, Crow is down. That's the entire combo for WASP. And things just starting to stabilize again. Oh, but a backstab comes out from Costil, takes down Nursey. The sentry is in a nice place. It's in a usual place now, GPS, but no Medic for PremTech.
Yeah, also Clefs here on the quick fix of the whole thing. So I guess they're looking to just end it right here. It's kind of like a rush strategy. DX here with the backstab on Trox, taking out the soldier. DX doing some work down in the enemy spawn, taking out the teleporter. So I'm not sure if this quick fix is going to work out for them. We will have it fairly soon, and we'll probably time it with their heavy respawning because he is down as well. Yeah, Chibble Hawk is also in the front there.
Yeah, I mean, there's just these picks coming out off and on, and Conch comes out from Ubers up top, but he's pretty much on his own, and the quick fix is actually forced. And the spy's there, Dilks is able to get the backstab down onto Trox, and he gets the one on Sinnock as well, and the Medic is just alone. Oh, and he does get sniped there, body shot from Saney, and that push just went all kinds of wrong there. Combination of Uber's Conch and Deox just getting a sneaky couple of backstabs. That just did not end the way that they wanted, and the Uber is actually quick fix as well for Nursey. Probably thought he would need to use it, but he's got a massive advantage now.
Scout of everything. This is actually a very ballsy strategy. Might catch him off guard here. As long as they can kill Clefsis, they would be in a good spot here because he's on the regular Uber. And Deox once again harassing that teleporter back at spawn, making sure that the respawners take as long as they can to get to the front.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're holding last on upward, it's very, very difficult to get that kind of aggressive push on defense and try and pick off the Medic. It's okay on second, and it works well on third, but on last point, it's better up just holding yourself in and saving on the time. And Anti is just walking in here, and he might get some kills, and it's forced the quick fix. He is going to get taken down by a Sentry's flare gun, but it does mean that there's Uber advantage now, and in come WASP.
Yeah, it did get forced there. It's going to be hard to recover. This might get the heavy, though. Yeah, he gets taken out with the power jack. And a lot of players down for PremTech now. Oh, yeah, this might just be the end right here.
Maito shooting his stickies. Oh! Deox got the backstab onto his fellow spy. But 10 minutes 5. GPS, it's been a while since you're back into casting. But what do you feel about that time? Do you think it's a good time? And a good time for who?
Well, good time for... Well, it's an alright time. A good starter. Pretty quick.
I'm just saying because on the first game of the season we saw High Panda play Chess Club, and we did see some very fast times measuring around kind of the 6 and 7 minutes mark was the average. There was one I think was about 4 or 5 minutes. So for me, 10 minutes seems quite long, and I think PremTech will be quite happy with that. They'll be content, and they'll be feeling positive that they can actually beat it.
Yeah.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. No, definitely beatable. Faster times are pretty quick, and usually if you get a good first strong attack and just deny the sentry from ever being built, on a second point you can kind of like chain the events and just snowball into a very fast time, so we'll see if this is the case. So now PremTech on blue, WASP in the red defending.
It'll be interesting to see how WASP deal with Saney, because I think part of the key things there, WASP had such a good push for the first 2 points, but the big thing was that they kept taking down Morg. PremTech just had so much pressure on their sniper that Saney was allowed free reign really a lot of the time, and he did take down Morg did take down Saney a few times, but you know, with Morg getting picked off by the soldier a lot, and almost Deox gets a backstab onto Anti but misses out. Clefsas gets the arrow kill onto him. But yes, it'll be pretty much again how they deal with the snipers.
That's a backstab I heard. I think it was the demo that went down. Yeah, that was Maito getting stabbed there. Let's take a look at this push from PremTech here. They're not moving with the cart as WASP did in the beginning. They're kind of just waiting. I think they're hoping to get a force out of the enemy medic here. I think that's what they're going for. Very risky positioning by their engineer too. It's easy to get teleported back if you're not fast enough over the teleporter. And also the same dispenser in the stairs kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've not really seen anyone jump in too deep yet. I did see a great move by Bonkers in a previous match where he did this kind of skip jump over the top in order to get right in the face of the medic, but we're not seeing that aggression, but the medic is out. Nursey's out, and the Uber's used quite early, and it's pretty much soloed onto the demo, but Crow is just going to take the rest of that Wasp Uber and just push back the medic. But it does mean no medic for either side, and Sinnock has gone down on the defense, and that's going to open things up a little bit for PremTech here.
Yeah, they did lose Saney though. Morg is still up, so they got to utilize him now. And he is going to be, getting some shots, getting pressured by the soldier. I think Ubers knows that if you give Morg a free range, he's just going to, well, get a lot of kills, and he will have none of that. So it's kind of like usual, I guess. Soldier shutting down snipers. It's nothing unusual. And also the forward sentry. I guess that's like pretty common now. We've seen both teams do it both rounds. Saney killing Trox there, and Morg killing Saney.
Sinnock does take down Nursey there with the sticks, and that's just going to settle things down now for Wasp, and they're going to feel comfortable that they can take a little bit more time off with this defense onto second. Nursey is up, but there's a 100% Uber charge advantage for Wasp, and like I said earlier, it'll be interesting to see if they use this on second. Second is a point that you can get aggressive with the Ubers and kind of try and take down the medic, just slow them down even more.
Yeah, the medic is kind of backed into a corner here. It's probably going to go and retreat back to B there, right next to the spawn. So we can see that PremTech slowly moving forward here. We have a scout harassing the cart here. Forsaken does get taken up, but he did stall the cart a little bit. Uber coming out. Not entirely sure what happened there. I guess they're just wanting to buy time.
That was a bit of a fail Uber in my eyes. I'm not sure why they did it, and they gained nothing. They used it mostly on the heavy, who just stood in the doorway. You can't really go forward as a heavy, and that's going to mean it's a massive advantage now for Nursey, and if they use this correctly, they can take the second point and maybe roll on to third. They're already making their way into the house. Phantom getting the kill onto Forsaken. Morg goes down to Saney. And PremTech,
they're swarmed. Oh, heavy goes down. Oh, yeah. They stayed there way too long. Wasp, kind of a mistake there. And now, this might be a snowball effect here. This is scary. Ubers well, that wasn't Ubers, that was Trox. Where was Ubers? He was... Oh, he's back there. Never mind.
Maito trying to take down the sentry, but so much Crow actually using that home racket to take down the sapper placed there by Deox, but there's so much ground here taken from PremTech. Phantom does go down, but there's a sentry just causing havoc. They're not allowing them to set up. There's only a level 1 now, and the car is halfway onto third.
Now sentry's now level 2. Let's see here, we have Deox here moving in. He's going to be... they're taking their time getting up there. Morg taking out Saney as soon as he peeks, and then he shoots the spy. That probably knows that he is dead ring, and yeah, he gets spotted too. A lot of rocket spam coming in, not really hitting anything. And, oh, nice defensive sticks there. Gets detonated.
Maito goes down, backstep from Costil. That's going to be key. It's just going to slow down the push a bit. They did have an Uber advantage, but Maito's just spawning now. And he is key to the push, and the Uber has been forced onto Nursey, and Clefsas is going to get his any time now. But lots of kills coming down. Saney takes down Crow, Atomic takes down Anti, and I don't know, the Uber is forced onto Wasp, and I think they need to start thinking about getting out here. They've got some players up, but they haven't got the key players to really deny this point. It's all going to be on to Sinnock if he can deny the push and stop this from getting capped.
And DX is also just being denied by a dispenser now in the doorway. We should probably go around the back here. I guess it's just harassing them to get them to fall back, but it looks like they're not. Oh, Forsaken, is he going to go and contest? Yeah, you know, DX gets spotted and lit on fire, so he's not going to be able to do anything.
I mean, just look at this aggression GPS. There's equal Ubers, but PremTech have just forced themselves up this hill. They're just just walking through. They have no Uber, then the other team doesn't have Uber. And they are building up a bit of an advantage now. They're going to get Uber now, and they're still 10% away for Clefsoft. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, though, because they haven't really got the ground. But the Uber is forced, and it's a waste, really. They're not going to get anything other than ground here, and they had that already. And lots of kills coming in from WASP, taking down some players, and they've got a decent enough time. There's 4 minutes 40 to go. They've got a good 5 pushes, perhaps, attempts to get this last cap.
I guess everybody wants to do what PremTech did in the first round. So now we have another window sentry. I guess this is a new thing. Let's see.
This is really interesting. I've never seen this before, and we didn't see it in a Highlander versus Chess Club, which, you know, they were the two of the biggest teams. But PremTech is interesting. Obviously, Cobb's coming up with some new strategies, just kind of to confuse the teammates, and then Wasp kind of
copying. Look how well protected the engineer is in this situation. Like, it's very hard to get behind them without getting noticed because Morg is in the back there. So
Just look at Saini though. He's behind this box, and I think he's got a good angle onto the sniper. Does get taken down by Cost still,
yeah.
but he can see the sentry from that doorway.
Yeah.
Allows it to be spammed.
It's going to take a while.
Uber forced onto Wasp here. They have lost Cynic on Anti, and they're not going to be up for a good 15 seconds. And this might be an opportunity for PremTech to try to force their way up to the top of the stairs.
Yeah. Dispenser has been down. Oh no, losing the sentry. That is a bit of a trouble there. It's highly spammable by Demoman from the low ground.
Yeah, I mean Maito there doing exactly what Sinnock couldn't do in the previous round, and just spamming from that window and taking it down quite easily. And there's only 6 players up left. Well, it's only 5 now for WASP, and PremTech have this upper ground now. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go for them to cap this point. Sentry gets taken down again by Ubers, takes down the sniper as well. That's just going to allow people to walk in through the choke. And they have Scout on cart. They've got a good time. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Mini sentries coming out now from Sanic
as well. They're up against the quick fix there. Backstab onto the heavy. Nice backstab there by Deox. It's pretty much a nail like
but
coffin.
Forsaken does take down Nursey. He was at 99%, but the only person left alive is Clefsas, and the cart goes in with a good 2 minutes plus to spare. You know what? I was looking at WASP at the start and thinking they were doing really well, and then PremTech just did exactly what I initially thought, and they just they took control of it. They just did what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a very, very solid push there at the end there by PremTech. They're like, oh, the sentry's there? Let's just destroy it immediately and kill everyone and push to last. And they did. They didn't seem to struggle, because it seems like... I don't think WASP practiced the strategy of having it in the window, because the sentry wasn't supported by anything. Because when you have it in this window, it's very easy to spam it from the other window, and if this area where Saini just ran past isn't occupied by anyone, they can just spam the gun and take it out easily. So that's always, scary if you try to be like, oh yeah, they did a new strategy, we'll just copy that, and then no one on your team is prepared to make the changes that they normally do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know whether WASP have practiced this in games, or whether this was something that PremTech have initially planned to do throughout all of their practice. But if it was a kind of a reactive change, then WASP didn't really execute it as well as PremTech did, because they did buy a lot of time on that last point. I think the first 2 points, they were pretty much even, and it was kind of the rest of the points there that PremTech just managed to push a lot quicker. Looking at the logs, the top fragger was actually Forsaken, so doing a lot of work on Scout. Got 19 kills, followed by Ubers on 18, Saini on 17. Morg was very close behind him on 15. So Morg doing very well in the sniping stakes against Saini, who was obviously player of the season, or I should say sniper of the season last season. And Cobbs with 15. As an engineer, it's not really a player that you see kind of high in the kill. But obviously that sentry on last did pick up quite a lot of kills. We did see Trox trying to jump it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And ignoring the spy damage, which is obviously broken. Maito going huge with 9,500, much higher than, well, okay, just over 1,000 higher than Sinnock, but Ubers was actually second in that stakes with over 8,300 as well. So I mean, Ubers coming in for Shadowburn, him and Atomic is like a new flank for them. It's the old chess club flank, but missing the player that picked up 3 awards from last season, like they're doing pretty well coping on that flank.
Yeah. I mean, we suspected that they got an award for it. They should. We are entitled to seeing them doing what we voted them to do, I guess. But we're going live with possibly the final round, but WASP can always take it back if they have an ace. Maybe they're just like, that was just a warm-up round. Like, let's take our mittens off and then... Because that's what we call, right? The mittens, the thing that you use to cook or lift the thing. You know what I mean, CeeJaey?
Sorry, I phased out there. Yeah. What did you say, GPS? I'm not ignoring you on purpose.
About mittens, oven mittens, the ones when something's hot and you pull it out and you don't want to burn your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called mittens, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
so
like WASP are taking those off.
Right. Yes. They need to get into this. They need to kind of look what they did in that previous round. They got a good couple of pushes for the first 2 points, and they needed to kind of get the kind of, like you call the snowball effect. Just one of your favorite phrases, GPS, the death ball.
Yeah.
Needed the death ball going to just kind of get that momentum across the final points didn't really do that as efficiently as PremTech did. But you know what? They're surprising me. In the preseason chat show, a lot of people kind of dismissed WASP as getting any kind of major impact on this season. But so far, they're giving a good showing. They're giving a good showing, and they're definitely not taking this down without a fight.
I also like that the Ubers is using gunboats now that he's attacking. He's probably going for some suicide run because he's not running the conch. So yeah, he also killed the demo there. Not sure how that happened. And then Kostel took him out. We have a scout versus spy at the back here. So let's take a look and see how this push is going. Very early Uber. They just run in right in there and run right into a pyro.
Yeah, Sinnock is down for WASP. No demo, and this is a good push, and they're getting out. They're out already. GPS. They do not want to hang around, and that sentry gun and the medic and everything is just backed off. And this is a really, really aggressive push.
Yeah, this is
from
scary
PremTech.
for WASP though, because if you lose footing here, they basically had a very lightly defended first point because they lost their demo right off the bat. And now they are kind of scrambling, and if this fails, we're going to see a pretty fast round here coming out of PremTech.
The combo is actually going through the tunnel. They do get spotted out there. Sinnock does see them. There is a couple of stickies their way, but the important thing is he knows where they are. Takes down Maito. This is going to be a loss for PremTech. He is a big player for them. And a sentry goes down as well to Forsaken. So this push is going to be slowed down a little bit. And WASP is still doing this aggressive forward sentry hold.
We're going to have a sniper battle here. Oh, it's CeeJaey versus Morg. Oh. Oh, Morg comes out of that with a nice body shot. Taking out CeeJaey. It's going to buy him some more elbow room. Let's see here. I think we're going to see it pretty much. Is Uber's going to focus Morg? No, he's way down there.
Yeah, Morg takes down a Sentry. Again, another huge player for PremTech. They're not going to want to push without him. But the Uber just coming through the tunnel, and they're behind them, and the Sentry goes down. This is good play by Maito and the rest of his team, and the Uber's wearing off, and Sinnock is going to chase. Could take down Nursey here. Oh, great dodging by the medic. Oh, but does get taken down for Forsaken. Forsaken doing great work there to just follow up on the damage and take down the medic. So that's going to be an Uber advantage for WASP. But they do not have a sentry. They do not really have much position. A sentry comes in, just sets Anti on fire and runs away. The old light and run. But PremTech are looking in a position to be able to take this and not be able to defend.
Uber just gets launched off the map as he pretty much landed on the sentry. And they flew pretty far back. The sentry is still up, but only level 2. So yeah, it's going to get picked up. And now his team needs to buy Sanek a lot of time so he can get that gun to level 3 and they can get properly positioned, because I don't think they have a dispenser. They also have a backwards teleporter that I don't think he used. But yeah, anyway.
They just didn't really have time to. That's the thing, you know. They're leaving themselves in positions where they're unable to get out. But in this situation, they did get to 3rd with 100% Uber, and that sentry is going to get to level 3 before PremTech even show their faces. Clefs does drop, so that is a drop. GPS CeeJaey with the headshot. And once again, that's just going to open the way up for PremTech.
Yeah, very nice drop there. Of course, it's going to give Nursey... Oh, gets a sandwich. And Nursey was pretty low there, but they're going to have an Uber fairly soon. And they're just going to waltz right in there and do whatever they want. And WASP kind of just has to deal with it, so they need to get in position. It's, well, I don't think anyone's near to drop the medic. So yeah, very early Uber. In with the scout first, actually.
Crow's doing really well here, just denying it. And then the reflect from a sentry just pushes them back. And Ubers comes in from the flank, takes down Ubers. And that is the medic down again for WASP. And that's going to make it really, really difficult now for last. If PremTech start getting aggressive, they're going to do really well. The level 1 sentry hasn't even finished yet. And their combo is nowhere to be found. Up top, Anti is so weak. He's going to have to eat a sandwich. Oh, and he just takes a sticky. Trox does take down Nursey, though. And that's a clutch pick from Trox there. It's just going to slow them down enough, perhaps, to add a bit more time. But this is looking very bad for WASP at the moment. PremTech have total control. There is a sentry in there, and it is level 3. So that's just not going to allow them to walk in.
Yeah, oh, the sentry here in the battle with Trox dies from the afterburn, so we did clean that up. Did get the soldier. Trox has been doing a great job of just shutting down CeeJaey, you know, just going up and just shooting him with rockets, making him die. But I don't, will that be enough? I don't think. It's gonna be, this is tough, you know, for WASP. Already down. The points currently match point for PremTech if they win. So they're definitely gonna be feeling the pressure. Sentry. Oh, look at Sanic. He's very well protected, so this gun is going to be very crucial for the defense. Also now, quick fix on defense from Klefsas as they're holding this very crucial area. Oh, but Maito, he's getting a nice spam damage done. And then he's just going to back away.
Yeah, I mean, Nursey is still running that Medigun. He's got 100% now, and Klefsas' quick fix is back down to 0, so he's charging it up to 20% now. But I don't think he's going to have that up in time for when PremTech are going to push. Only player down for them is Ubers, and they are walking up already top there, but Ubers really used early. And Crow is just going to deflect most of the stuff that comes in. Anti's in a bad position, but the only thing that PremTech get from here is ground. But that's so much, and then the kills just come in from the flank. Deox, Cobbs, everyone coming in. Maito getting 2k, and everyone just collapses in onto WASP. Only players alive, Sanic and Trox. And Sanic's sentry goes down, takes down from the stickies from Maito, and then Phantom and the Scout combine to just take down Trox in the middle of the air. Wow, just destroyed there. GPS just destroyed. That is a perfect push there from PremTech, and they're just going to be able to sit on that cart and push it in.
Oh, but
desperation plays.
Morg has to kill everyone. It's all up to him, and yep, there you go.
If Morg could have taken that 8k, it would have been one of the plays of all time. But no, that was just, you know, the Uber came in early, and you think they're not going to, they're not going to get any kills here. They're not getting any kills. All they wanted to do was get into that doorway, take the upper area. WASP didn't position themselves correctly when they were backing out. Just meant that the rest of the flank came in for PremTech. The likes of Ubers coming in, getting a lot of damage down. The Scout is Atomic, sorry. Again, that old flank of chess working well together. And then Deox on Spy, just using that Ambassador, just shooting a couple of players down. Took down 2 or 3 players, I think, including Sinnock, the demo. You got no demo when you're trying to kind of clutch hold that last point. Makes it extremely hard for you. And there was a bit of a desperation play as Nursey and, sorry, not Nursey, Klefsas and Anti dropped down Medican Heavy. Tried to block that point, but then they just got destroyed because there were too many players from PremTech still alive. And that set a very, it set a good time, 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Yeah. And if WASP don't beat this time, then that's game over, and then 6 points goes to PremTech.
Yeah. So they're definitely feeling it now. Like that's 6:08. It's pretty decent time. It's gonna be tough to beat. Let's see, they just have to be aggressive, you know, they can't afford to wait, and let's see if they know this. Yeah, they're bringing out their medic immediately. They know they can't wait anything, so they'd rather just risk getting the medic picked off in the beginning and just go in, because they just need to do that. And here they come, very early aggression coming out here. Gonna be able to do a lot of spam, gets a nice force there. Oh, actually taking out Zany, he was not paying attention to those sticks there. And now the enemy team has spent their Uber. Oh, and the gun almost got taken out, but did get repaired.
They got a good pick early on from Zany. He's not going to be up for 10 seconds, so the medic is out. Klefsas is out, and they need to start getting. They are getting kills. They are getting kills. They're not big kills, but they're getting kills, and they can start moving forward a little bit more.
Yeah. So let's see. Morg was not in the position he needed to be, and he was very low on health. Let's see your Trox coming in.
I mean, it's a 20-second respawn now on Phantom and Ascendary. Those are 2 massive players, Heavy and a Pyro. You need this to defend that point, and PremTech are just taking that and just thinking, no, let's get out. Cobb's doing his aggressive sentry on the little mini hill there, and PremTech just trying to slow them down a bit. 90%, nearly a Uber for Klefsas, and there's going to be another 15% for Nursey.
Well, they could potentially just go below and just rush the sentry from the back there. Oh, let's see, is the sentry going to... Oh, it gets picked up. Now it's some downtime. Now you can put some people through the air here. Let's see if the demo... Yeah, Trox is going to be...
Morg is on just fire right now. He's taking down Zany, and then he takes down Phantom as well.
Yeah, the heavy's down.
Uber is used on the defense, but, you know, there's no kills coming out of Atomic. He gets taken down with a backstab, but this Wasp...
Did the medic just run past Trox? Did I see that right?
I think he did. Managed to get out, but Klefsas doesn't. Gets flared again by Ascendary. I don't know how many times that's happened in this game. And that's just going to allow a little bit more time for PremTech to just settle things down. They got their medic up, they got their Uber advantage. Cobbs is up, he can build. And I think they're going to... Oh, is this a pause?
Oh, we're going to have to wait and see. Most likely it's a pause. Yeah, it's
I mean,
pause.
there was... It was like a pendulum there. It was going one way and then going another way. You know, the picks came out from Morg. Morg is doing a lot of work. To be playing against such a player like Zany, to getting the picks that he's getting was good. And there was no heavy up for PremTech. Wasp managed to use their Uber aggressively. Sorry, no. Aggressive Uber came out of PremTech. Didn't really get anything. The Uber was used by Clefsas. They started moving forward. But then with him going down, it just allowed PremTech to just settle things down a bit. Forsaken's in an interesting position here. He's in the house. I think Phantom is aware, based on where he's looking. But if he's not dealt with, he could get a sneaky pick onto Nursey.
Yeah, or he could go and bother the engineer. You could definitely do that. So in this case, to either go for the medic. The medic might not even be a threat at this point. I mean, he does have an Uber advantage, but getting the engineer is always nice.
But if you look at the engineer, if you have a look where Cobbs is, he's got his level 2, and he's way he's facing, he's going back to spawn. He's going to get that 200 metal to just take his sentry up to a level 3, and I would expect he's going to bring it out and place it onto the actual point, so that they're deciding to hold second for longer, which is fair enough.
His teleporter is still active, by the way. So that's someone not doing their teleporter checking there, because that teleporter might bite them in the butt there if a scout or a spy can get on it very easily.
It goes all the way to first, yeah. It's on the little cliff area, which isn't always an area, like, it is put there a lot of the time, but, you know, it's not really something, you know, Wasp are under pressure, they need to get a good time.
Yeah, and then you get like the bystander effect, like you think everyone else has checked there, so you don't need to check. You know, it's like nobody helps you because everyone else thinks someone else is going to help you. It's the same thing, you know, it's a teleporter effect.
Yeah, you always just assume it's somebody else's job.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, at the moment, PremTech are in a good position. Normally, second point's a bit like the roof on Badwater, the second point on Badwater. You know, you try and hold first for as long as you can, but as soon as something bad happens, you know, like your sentry goes down, or, you know, your medic uses Uber and you lose a few players, you get back out to second, and you think, can we hold second for a little bit longer? And you can usually eke out a few more minutes. And then the big holds on upward are definitely on third and on last. But the fact that PremTech, you know, they've realised they've got an Uber advantage because Clefsas did go down to that flare from Ascendery. They've got this Uber advantage. They've got most of their players up. I mean, Maito and Ascendery are down, which are two players you probably want up. But I think they're going to get them up before any pressure comes out from Wasp. And yeah, Cobbs has his level 2, soon to be a level 3 ready. They're feeling confident. Like, they're in a position where they think, yeah. I mean, perhaps if they were playing Chess Club or High Panda, they wouldn't have the mindset to maybe think, let's hold this risky point for longer. But with the time they've set and kind of the way they're playing at the moment, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I agree. So let's see here. How do you think, like... apparently it was Wasp's soldier that timed out, so Trox, I think the one that departed, so you kind of need to have a 9v9 if you want it to be a fair match for you, if you're the one lacking a player. If you're 8, then they're... If you're 9 and they're 8, that's fair for you. If you ever played Dust Bowl on the red team as a demo man.
Yeah.
That's if I have all the advantage in the world, that's fair for me.
Just got a message from Saini on Steam. He's just told me he wants some of the food that Morg is eating. So obviously he's feeling...
yeah,
he's saying he literally hits every shot. He's saying, you know, obviously they can see that Morg is doing a lot of work. Looks like the game is back live now.
Yeah. So it will be a couple of seconds before Trox here times out, because this is we are working in the past. You know, we are time travelers.
Oh, Deox! Deox revolvers down Clefsas, does he?
Yeah.
He takes him down. He gets the backstab onto Sinnock, and then somehow revolvers down Clefsas. So that's medic down for Wasp, and that's really going to slow them down. And yeah, Maito and Seni just combining there, taking down a bunch of players. And that's going to stop the cart from moving, and they've got all their players. They've got the level 3 Uber advantage. You know, they're in such a great position around GPS. I don't think I think the morale is going to be pretty low in the Wasp camp right now.
Yeah, they did lose a lot of players, so let's see if they are able to rebound from this. Just looking at the score though, because Zane's at the bottom and Morg is just second fragging to his medic.
So Ascendery gets 2 kills, takes down Sinnock, and he takes down Ascendery. He gets 2 huge kills, and he's just showing how good of a pyro he is right there. Just basically just doing so much work. And once again, all that does is stall Wasp. They're in another situation. You can see Trox is timed out there because he's just stood still.
No, he's reloading a lot of rockets. Yeah,
Wasp, again, they're up, but Clefsas is on 25% on Medigun. Crow gets a nice reflect onto Ubers, but they really need to start moving if this is possible at all.
Yeah, Atomic gets he's on a 4-kill streak right now. Doing some nice clam curry. Oh, he's gonna get the heavy too, isn't he? Nope. Anti's gonna survive with 22 health. He's gonna have a sandwich. But they need to get the card moving forward. Like, is it possible to push it? I think it's possible to push it all the way.
What's the time left?
2 minutes and 25 seconds.
I mean, if they had ×3 on the cart and it didn't stop, perhaps. But it's going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, we will see how they deal with that. The cart is moving forward, though. Uber coming in, demo in the front. Gun is still up, but it's not shooting. It's taking a lot of damage. Sponging up, but they just need to keep that cart moving. Oh, but CeeJaey taking down the demo. That is such a crucial pick at this time. And then he gets counter-sniped by Morg there, who has been getting a lot of overheal, so he's very comfortable, you know, knowing the timings and the damage. Like, if you have more than 150 health and you know the other sniper's just shot, you can't die to him. Unless you get focused here. Maito with his trap here.
Morg gets another headshot, takes out Phantom. And there's this really aggressive sentry up from PremTech. Right on the corner. Sniper can see it there. Oh, there was an almost stab. Still tries jumping from the tracks and trying to sap the sentry, but falls down the little hole to his death. Cobbs notice it, and XD in the chat. Morg is just on fire. Nobody can stop him at the moment. And
well, CeeJaey could stop him, so that's a Morg stopper right there.
Does get his revenge finally, but the conch comes out from Ubers, and he's going to block that cart.
Oh well, they did
Slows
get
it down a little bit
over the part where it stops. Yeah, Wasp is scrambling.
Phantom gets taken down, and oh dear, Clefsas gets taken down by a combination of a Sendry and Maito. And the same happens for Anti, who he does take down a Sendry with him.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Wasp here. They need to, oh, well, Pyro gets taken out. I don't think it's
Wasp
possible at this point.
I don't think it is, no. Wasp just trying to get aggressive anyway. But PremTech still have a pretty solid hold onto this third point. Got that Sentry wrangle, the conch comes out again, they're just going to get that speed boost on their health on kill. And yeah, Phantom just shoots back hostile. Morg gets another kill onto CeeJaey. Oh, but the Sentry does go down, and you know, kills coming in the way. Cobbs goes down, Sentry gun gets finally taken down, and I think this is going to be the third point for Wasp. But at this point, I'm not sure if it's really going to count for much.
Well, no, they're not going to get it. Too bad. So sad.
Yeah, GG's coming out of chat. Didn't manage to cap the third point, but hey ho, I mean 6 points goes to PremTech there, like GPS, like I predicted.
Wow.
If only Saloon.tf had this game open, I would have won some metal, won some keys. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what? I
so rich, literally so millions.
Rich. Millions. That's that's what I need to do. Professional TF2 gambler.
Like you would win like 1 million refined, and you could buy like half a key.
But I was impressed by Wasp actually. I mean, in the preseason chat show, we kind of went over all the teams, and people talked about PremTech, and some people were kind of like, oh, CeeJaey's not going to be playing every game, and Shadowbone might not be playing, and there were kind of question marks over them. But when the news came out that they picked up Ubers and Atomic and the rest of their combo, like Sendry and Kresnik and the likes, were kind of staying on, and Maito, obviously, they're saying, oh, it's still a very strong team that should challenge for playoffs and possibly more. But there was a lot of down talk about Wasp. I think a lot of people thought that them and Unpoppable, the other Russian team, were not going to get many points this season at all. But you know what? Based on this game, if Wasp can perform in the way, and if they can get Morg on fire like today. We've got maps like Warm Tick coming up. If they can get that game going, then who knows what's possible.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely a bit like Upward is a very standard map, and it's of course the first game of the season. So I think like they can. I hope they will learn a lot from this, because usually they will know better than us like what went wrong, what they couldn't do, and hopefully they will fix that. Because they do seem to have the ability, but they kind of lack the coordination of certain things. But they did very well with Morg. I think he got better support on his team than CeeJaey got on his team. So that is always something they can do. But other than that, it was a good match. Well played to PremTech.
I am getting information that we may possibly go to see the second round of another match, I should say. Sorry. I've been told that Fair Enough and Unpoppable is still playing. It's the second round. So I'm just going to wait for confirmation from John to see if we're actually going to go over there.